Hi everyone, happy holidays. Welcome to Tangle Time Arts. My name is Nana Heron and I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And we are working our way through my impromptu Advent tangles where I pick a tangle every day and we create something festive. It just so happens that Advent Day 18 is also our Tangle of the Week. We're on number 51. So a long time ago, I had planned to do perk, and we are going to fashion that into an ornament because I think it kind of makes the perfect festive ornament. All right, so you'll need a variety of tools today, but as always, we're starting with our basic materials. So you'll need a beautiful white tile or white paper, a black pen, a number two pencil, and a tortillon. I do have a few colored pencils in greens and brown because I think I'd like to add a little greenery to our ornament. And then I do have glitter gel pens. I have the gold and the silver colors, but I also have off to the side a bunch of different other colors just in case we choose to be more colorful. We'll see how it goes. All right, we are going to start. Once you've gathered your materials, you will need your pencil. And let me separate that from my other tools. So we're going to work kind of on that diagonal today. And we're going to start with our string. Um, so I kind of have like almost a ribbon type of string going on today where we've got like a curve here, and then we come to the bottom and come back up, and then come back out, kind of like a ribbon. Um, Once you have something like that, and I could go over it a little darker so that you can see. Sometimes it shows up better on the screen and others not so much. It just depends on how much light is coming through my window that day. All right, so we have something that looks kind of like that. Yours might be wider. That's totally fine. You can set your pencil aside, and we're just going to pick up our pen. And I'm actually going to start with a little, like a little cap here for our ornament, just like a box, a three-sided box, and some scallops. And from there, we're going to go into perk. So I use the pencil line as a guideline. For this, I really don't stick to it too much. That's why I like to put it in lightly. It's just there to kind of guide our shape. And we're going to start with, it's like an S shape. So you're starting at the top right, but we're going down on an angle. So we've got the S shape like that. And then we'll do that again, starting at the same spot. We'll kind of do an aura of the previous one. Then I like to go down a little further like that. For my next S shape, it starts where we left off, kind of on our pencil line here. And our goal is to come over to the bottom of the previous one. Some people leave this open, and that's fine. This is just kind of what works best for me. Perk is one of those that's absolutely beautiful, but it did take me quite a while of practice to get it right. And you can see I went out wider than my pencil mark. So it's just a guide for me. And then up here, I'm going to add just a little bit like that, and then close that off. Now the next step is where we put in our beautiful little, to me, they kind of remind me of pearls, but they're not round, they're a little bit oval-like. Depending on how much space you have here, they might actually be more round, but they tend to be more oval. And we're just going to put in our first set all the way down. Instead of filling in these sections here, like one by one, we're starting with our little orbs, our oval orbs, and just going down the line. So some of them are going to be bigger and some are smaller. And here we kind of have to picture the ending of our ornament. Once we have our initial set in, then we can fill in our other ones. So you can do something where you come off of the original one, so it's a little bit attached there, or you can just draw a whole one. And again, we're going to go straight down. And here it's going to be kind of attached. This one just fits in. And this is going to be a tiny one. We'll do the same on the other side. I'm just going to make this one fit in there like that. So we have our basic perk. And because this is an ornament, I thought we'd add a little bit of extra detail there. So you can kind of picture these as ribbons, and we could ink those in as ribbons if you'd like. But I thought we'd add some orbs in there. But before we do that, I actually like to go in and fill in these little spaces. I have to check on my puppy. He likes to go under furniture. Okay, he's back in his bed now. He's always up to something. So I like to go through and ink these in. It just gives it a little bit of depth. And you don't have to actually use black to ink them in. You could use a different color, or you don't have to ink them in. But I like to go in and do it. Now I'm kind of picturing the bottom of the ornament here, and maybe this comes out more to a point. All right, so we have our cute little ornament there. And then up here, I think I'm actually just going to ink that in. It's so small that I'm just going to leave it like that. So you can leave these as ribbons, or you can put in tiny little orbs um, just along there, and then we'll add color to those. Probably need to go around them twice just to give them a little more, make them a little stronger. And adding these orbs is optional. All right, and then we have part of our string here, and I'm just going to turn that into Vertigo. You could actually just leave these as ribbons if you aura that and add little points to the ends. So if you are looking to oh, shoot, sorry. If you are looking to add a color like a red ribbon, this would be the perfect opportunity to do that. But I just wanted to add a little bit of greenery. So I am going to come through and just ink over that. And then I'm just going to come in with the Verdigogh. And I think I'll use the square type of needles. All right, once we have our initial set in, we can put in some more using the Holoboss style technique. We're kind of layering these behind. And you can kind of rotate through and see where you want to add them. And I think that looks like just about enough on that side. And we can do the same over on this side. And again, I'm using the square type of needle instead of the pointed. I like both. It just depends. I think for me, it kind of depends on how much space I need to fill. Rotate around and see where I'd like to add some. Some people like to add a lot of other ones. I'm not going to add that many because I don't want the greenery to be the focus. I want the ornament to be the focus. But if you'd like to add more, absolutely go ahead and do that. Let me see here. Is that enough? Maybe, do I need a little more? Maybe something coming through here. I could have one come up like that. All right. I think that's almost enough. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. And then we're going to, of course, have our little hanger here, and we could add some silver or gold to that if you'd like. I'm going to do a little bit of shading, and then we will go in with our colored pencils and our glitter gel pens. All right, I'm going to put a little shading along these little um, main branch parts of the Verdigogh. And then I'm going to do a little shading on the bottoms of each row here. And then I think I'll add some shading along the outside of our perk ornament. All right. Now it's time for our one of my favorite tools, the tortillon. I love blending, and I'm just going to blend this out here. I'm not doing a lot of shading with the Verdigogh because we're going to use a little bit of colored pencil. But I just wanted a little bit of a shadow effect. And then we'll come in here along the bottoms. Now, if you're not adding color, something you could do is you could go in and add a highlight to these like this, just with your tortillon, you could add highlights like this. So if you decide you don't want color, but you would like these to have some depth, I would definitely go in and do that for all of these. Since I am adding color, I'm not going to finish all of them, but it just really, it depends on your personal preference. A little curve on that. I'm going this out a little bit further. All right. And like I said, if you're not adding color, go ahead and add these little highlights. And it definitely adds something to your piece. And you could, at this point, you could call this done. You could put your initials on it and you could be done. It's cute enough as it is. And I like it. I actually really like it. But I am going to go in and I am going to add some color. And I think I will start with the Verdigogh with their colored pencils. And I am just going to make our initial stems brown. If you did not do Vertigo and just put ribbons, you can choose any color you want. You could have red ribbons, green ribbons, blue ribbons, white, any color that you prefer. All right, and then I'm going to take my darker green here, which is just green, and I'm adding just a layer of green. I'm not coloring out to the tips because I'm going to come in with a lighter green. So there's our initial green color in there, and then coming in with the lighter green on the tips, and then going towards the base, maybe not necessarily all the way to that twiggy base, but so it just has a really nice subtle variation of color there. Same thing on the other side. All right, so we have a little bit of greenery there, which looks kind of cool. I like it. And then we can go in and, oops, I need my pen just for a second. I need to put a couple of little orbs up here. There we go. All right, so now we can decide what colors we would like to do. I'm probably going to start with these little orbs. So they would either be silver or gold. Um, so I thought we'd go in with the silver. If you'd like to do gold, go right ahead. But I'm just going to add a little bit of color to these. That. And then we can go in and add color to our larger orbs there. I'm going to start with this kind of lovely orange color that I have. And I think I'll just come in here and add it to this row. All right, have that inked in. And then I have another kind of, it's like a darker gold. Um, so it's not quite orange, but it's not a yellow. It's definitely like more of a golden color. And you can choose any colors you like. Red, green, blue, pink. Pink would be a cool option, actually. I just don't have a pink glitter gel pen. I have to think about maybe getting one. So I'm thinking of just sticking with these oranges and golds. So I'm going to come in and do this row too. Just kind of keeping it simple. All right, and then we just have some tiny areas to finish, and I have it's more of a yellower color here. Oh, of course, it's giving me a little trouble. So let me see if I have another one. I did test it before I started. Gel pens can be kind of fussy. Sometimes they work really well and sometimes they don't. And the glitter ones can get a little clogged up with the glitter. So, all right. Okay, I've got that ink all inked in. So with just a few embellishments, we have our finished ornament here. And we used our original materials and then our let's see, our gel pens and our colored pencils. And then I'm thinking, let me take that orange one again. You know what? Let's go with the silver. And we can fill in this cap here. There we go. All right. All right. How cute is that? So we have a perk ornament, which is day 18 of Advent, but it's also our Tangle of the week, week 51. I can't believe it's almost been a full year since we started this. All right, time to put our initials in there. And I think I'm just going to tuck my initials in up here off of the Verdigogh. Let's tuck that in there. And just a reminder that gel pens take a little longer to dry. So make sure it's dry before you flip it over. I'm just going to take a chance and do it. Put my name in. So we have Advent Tangles. And this is day 18. But it's also our weekly Tangle. Week 51. And this was actually the weekly Tangle before it was our Advent Tangle. So this was something that I wanted to do for quite a while. So we had Perk, and that's Purk, by Zentangle. And we also did Verdigogh. Or you might have done Verdigogh. Maybe you just left it as a ribbon. All right. So let me know if you used any colors or just left it black and white because it actually I really liked it black and white too. But I go ahead and I add color so that you can decide for yourself what you'd like to do. Um, so sometimes I do a little experimenting for you. All right, very cute. And if you want to take it a step further, there are some little white areas in there between the silver orbs. You could go in there like with a red color and ink those in, but I'm going to leave it as is. All right, this has been day 18 and week 51 with our cute little perk ornament and some Verdigogh greenery. I hope you enjoyed it. This has been super fun. I always love doing ornaments. They're cute and they make great gift tags. So if you put a hole in there, and instead of filling out the back with your information, which you still could do, but you can write a little note to the person you're gift giving to and just use this as a tag. Put a hole in there, put a ribbon in there, and you've got a gift tag. Cute. All right, I'll be back tomorrow for day 19. Have a wonderful day. Um, really take a moment to appreciate your work. These are so fun to do, and they turn out really festive and really beautiful. So give yourself a pat on the back. You're doing an awesome job. All right, see you tomorrow. I love you guys. Be safe.